One of the things that phone games are renowned for is attempting to milk the customer dry, but at least the phone games are free. Diablo seems to bring that mentality to the PC for the price of $70 the game. And it's interesting that, as you saw in a previous video, there are actual customers, like actual human beings that enjoy this. I'm starting to think it's a fetish. Like maybe when they look at the jaw of Lilith, they're like, yes, take my money, Blizzard, take more of them. I love the fact that someone came back to me and actually said, look, the inflation V, it's Bidenomics. You understand? Like, we love the progressive ideology and we vote for the Democrats so that they create inflation so that we can give more money to Blizzard, which does support the Democrats. It's coming to a full circle. So yeah, I mean, $70 for a video game. That's fine. Okay? I'm not having a problem with that, but when you pay $70 for the game, and then they pull all these microtransactions out of their ass. And a new tactic that I haven't seen before, like I'm pretty sure that some other gaming company thought about it, but Blizzard just popularized it right now, which is to pay $20 extra to have early access to their game. So like the game is ready, right? And it costs $70 to play. But it releases on 6th. Now, if you wanted to play earlier, you can spend an extra $20 to play a little bit earlier than everyone else. And because we know that gamers literally cannot help themselves, like they literally do not have the willpower to resist, well, it did work. I mean, there's millions of players playing Diablo right now by spending an extra $20, so that's like $90 per game. And this signals to other AAA companies that, yeah, milk the pay piggies, milk them. I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to see games that will say, all right, well, you know what, early access like 2 weeks before or 1 month before. Hey, if you want to play the game 1 month before, you got to purchase the deluxe edition. There's probably people in the boardroom right now that are making these calculations and are seeing like just how much gamers are willing to put up with the bullshit. So far, I noticed that gamers are willing to put up with a lot of bullshit. Broken games on launch that do not function, $70 a game, microtransactions, pay for early access, no beta testing, don't give a shit if the hardware works or not. Like, why even hire? Why even hire a couple of people to test the game? Why like play testing? Why pay money when the community can play test for you? But now what's even more interesting is that one of the armor for a horse that they have is $20. Yes, $20 for horse armor. Like we're back to the Skyrim level. But the problem is like $20, there are full games out there that cost $20 and they're really good. I'm genuinely curious, like who buys these things? Who purchased them? Like I want to see the face of the human being behind that purchase. And I want to ask, like, what are you doing? Like, are you a rich sheik or something? Like, are you from the Middle East that you can afford, like, a horse armor for a game? Really? And from what I understand, like, this game, Diablo 4, it's kind of the same level of Lost Ark, but Lost Ark seems to be cheaper. And it actually has, like, some ushi-kushi ladies. Unlike the Diablo 4 editor spits out. And at least Lost Ark knows the difference between a man and a woman, and they don't go with body type A and body type B. But by the way, Blizzard does know the difference as well, as I mentioned in the previous videos, because body type B has a bra, body type A doesn't, because the ASRB would find their ass if they don't do that. So, whatever, you know, I guess the people who play the game now, with the deluxe edition, are people that have very low self-control. And they're very rich. They're very wealthy. I mean, $90 for a game. Jesus fucking Christ. And you don't even get that much. I mean, I looked at what comes with the deluxe edition. Really, the only reason to buy it is so that you can play a little bit earlier. There used to be a time, by the way, when you would buy a physical copy, and if you buy like a deluxe edition, then you'd get like a goodie bag, and you had like a cool map, maybe like a nice toy with the game, or an action figure or something. Obviously, that doesn't exist now. You get like maybe some cosmetics from the game, and that's it. Like, why even buy it? And they also have like the Ultimate Edition, and that's even more expensive. No, this game is a serious cash grab. I mean, I haven't seen something so awful since maybe EA Games released Dungeon Keeper on the phone. Like, that would be compatible in my opinion, but they know they have a mediocre product. They know that the IP is dying, and they're trying to milk as much money as possible from the customer. I don't think this is a sustainable business plan, honestly. I genuinely do not think that this is going to work for a long time. And the problem is like, if they manage to destroy this franchise as well, what else do they got? I mean, they already destroyed Overwatch. Warcraft 3 Refucked is a thing. What else do they have? Well, I guess like World of Warcraft, but like the last expansion pack is also meh. People are leaving that as well. Still, I'm going to see what other microtransactions do they have. But like at this point, when it's $20 horse armor, can you even call it microtransaction? Like this should be the price of an expansion pack. Which unironically, like back in the day, it was. Yeah, I mean, Brood War, I think it costed half of as much as StarCraft 2 costed. So like half the price of the game, right? So it's almost as much as an expansion pack. Like, it should be like $35, right? It would be like half the price of $70. That's how much an actual expansion pack would be. I am really curious if they actually release characters in the future, like they did with Diablo 3. They released the Necromancer. Like, how much would the Necromancer cost? You know, like the equivalent. Like, let's say they released the Witch Doctor or something. Like, how much do you think they would charge for that? If $20 is a horse armor. Jesus Christ, the Chinese mentality of video games. Do you know that actually surprised me? Like, there is a huge difference between the mentality of people playing video games in China and the West. In the West, if you buy items for a video games, people will disrespect you. They will be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you spending real money? Why are you wasting money on a video game? Meanwhile, if you actually farm the item, if you play the game and you require skill in order to get the item, then other gamers will appreciate you and they'll be like, wow, this is a really skilled player. In China, it's the other way around. In China, if you farm for an item and you get it without paying money, then other people will disrespect you. They'll be like, oh, are you a no-lifer? Like, why do you play so much? Like, in order to get this item, you probably spent hundreds of hours in the video game. Like, what is wrong with you? Meanwhile, if you buy it with your money, then you get respect from people because they're like, oh, so you're supporting the business, you're supporting the developer, and you're so wealthy, like you're so rich that you must lead a meaningful and fruitful life in order to be able to afford that item. So I guess like this is what we're seeing here, you know, like it's similar. It's like, hey, $20 for horse armor. Do you want to support the developer? Do you have a good life? Do you have a good job? Are you a productive member of society? Prove it. Give money to Blizzard. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.